I think that balancing work, family, and PhD studies certainly takes some creativity and some time just to get used to. For me personally, I had been out of school for a little while, and so kind of getting back into that rhythm did take some planning on my end. I think there's a few ways that you can kind of strategize this. I think it's important that you create a schedule, or at least for me, that was important. And just kind of having a daily time to write or look or read or research was really important. Also, just kind of having time and space set aside to do that. I certainly had to get into the area of writing just so that I was feeling comfortable in writing what I needed to be writing versus work writing. And that was very critical from the get-go. I think it really allowed me to shape my scholarly writing away from a professional type writing. And that's certainly still something I think that scholars are working on throughout their writing skills. I also think it's important that you have some self-care and some time set aside to just be able to spend with your family, but also prioritize yourself and making sure you're taking care of yourself so you can be yourself's best self in this program. And then, of course, just creating small wins. So whether that's getting a paper done or a chapter done or to a committee member is certainly important, and just being able to celebrate those wins along the way, I think, will get you to the finish line. Faculty support in this PhD program, I really think, has attested to the success of the students in this program. For me personally, I've really been lucky to have a great advisor, a dissertation chair who has fed into my well-being both professionally and personally. They have provided advice and mentoring, not only from an academic side, but also just my professional well-being. I think getting feedback and having that critical response to your writing is very helpful in being able to grow as a student and as a scholar. And then, of course, again, just kind of hitting home on that career advice. As you seek a PhD, I think it's important that you have next steps kind of lined up. So seeking advice from someone who's been through this is certainly helpful. And I know that this professional PhD program journey can be scary and nerve-wracking. So having that person who's kind of in your corner and rooting for you all along the way is very helpful. To satisfy the internship requirement for this program, I participated in an international study in Canada in October of 2023. I was able to attend the International Leadership Association conference, and while I was there, I was able to interact and network with others from across the world, which was really eye-opening. It allowed for me to have a depth in my cultural awareness. Just being able to experience and discuss things with other leaders from across the world was really helpful. I also was able to discuss and provide some research opportunities to some colleagues that were also at this internship with me. And then, of course, I think just being able to professionally grow was very helpful and being able to kind of mark that off the list during this program. We were not only surrounded by Troy faculty and staff supporting our growth during this internship opportunity, but being able to hear from others, again, from across the world was really helpful. Hearing how they handle leadership difficulties or experiences in comparison to what I've been able to do so far, or just kind of learn and grow from, has certainly been helpful. And again, just that cultural immersion throughout, from hearing of those at the conference or post-conference at some of our personal scheduled events thanks to our Troy faculty and staff. I think this actually plays a really large role in our PhD program, and just being able to kind of truly have that immersion. It went a step further from being able to read about it for classes leading up to the actual program and then being able to live it. I think as leaders, that's something we always talk about. We talk about being able to not only see and experience, but also firsthand have that opportunity of hearing and learning from others. And I think that this part of the program really allowed it to set itself apart from everything else that we had done, and really become full circle with not only reading about everything, but also being able to experience those things in another country. I would absolutely recommend this program to others. I think to begin with, I was very nervous beginning this program and really kind of looking at any doctoral program. As a first generation college student, I really didn't know what I may be signing myself up for. So I researched and looked at various programs and requirements and the length of those. And so I think this program is different than a lot of what I researched. There were other programs who had different writing requirements and time restraints. Troy University's Global Leadership Program really just hit home with what I was looking for from the beginning. And I will say, since being in the program, I've had the opportunity to be well impressed with what I've experienced. I think that the faculty, the staff, the dissertation committee and chair, and really just the knowledge that's been shared with us as students and now as PhD candidates has gone well above my expectation as well as others. And so I certainly would recommend. Thankfully, I've had the opportunity to recommend this program to many others since I've been a part of it, and hope I'm able to continue to do so.